are now on the cost analysis, and cost analysis is part of the theory of production. Because we all know that sa theory of production, there are inputs used. Diba? So there are two inputs used in the production process. Namely, we have variable input and fixed input. So when we say variable input or inputs, these are inputs that will change when there is a change in output. That means if you wanted to increase your output, you have to increase your variable input. However, sa fixed input, these are inputs used in the production that will never be changed regardless of the level of output. Therefore, even if you're going to increase your production, still your fixed input is still the same. So we have to attach that input to the cost because these inputs have corresponding costs. So for variable input, we have variable costs. And for fixed input, we have fixed costs. So variable cost, that will change when there is a change in output. There is an increase in variable input if there is an increase in the production of that certain product. However, for fixed costs, it will never change. Whether you are going to increase or decrease your production, fixed cost is still the same. So that is in the short run and in the long run. So in the short run, the firm is using both variable and fixed input since the design is just short, wherein the firm can vary and there is a fixed input used. But in the long run, all inputs used in the production are all variable. So the cost in the long run will change over time. Now, we have our discussion on the total cost analysis because in determining the cost of the product, we have to use the two concepts in the cost analysis. One is the total cost analysis and the other one is the per unit cost analysis. So it is easier to use total cost analysis because to just determine the total cost of producing the product, you have to sum up what? Your total fixed cost plus your total variable cost. So you have to determine the value of your total fixed cost and your total variable cost. In order for you to find for the value of total fixed cost, you have to simply subtract total cost minus total variable cost. Total variable cost is derived also by subtracting your total cost minus total fixed cost. So these are the total cost analysis. It is easier to determine if there is profit and loss. You just have to find for the value of your total revenue. And how do we get the value of the total revenue? You have to get the price times the quantity units sold. So you will be able to get the total revenue. And for you to know if there is profit and loss, if total revenue is greater than total cost, there is what? Profit. Okay, there is profit. If total revenue is less than total cost, there is loss. And if total revenue is just equal to your total cost, there is break even. Now in economics, break even is also considered as normal profit. Because in economics, we include opportunity cost as part of our costs. That's why we have the so-called implicit cost and explicit cost. So explicit cost, that is the money expenditure in the production. While your implicit cost, that includes your opportunity costs. Then we also have what we call sunk costs. These are costs that can never be recovered. Unlike in our total fixed cost, the variable cost, we can recover that. But for the sunk cost, we cannot recover that. Example, you are going to engage into an advertisement. You wanted to advertise your product. But despite the advertisement, still, you are not able to recover your costs. So therefore, the failure, the cost that you incur for advertisement is what we call sunk cost. You can never recover that advertisement